I don't want to hear about waiting for warrants. It should have been taken care of yesterday when I requested it. No, one at a time will not do. I want the 4 of them, and I want them today. And Siegel, your butt is on the line if this isn't taken care of. That's all.
Rough morning?
It'd go a lot smoother if somebody would just do his job.
Jerry Siegel usually does his job. According to you, he's one of the best.
Well, he can be, that's true.
Never really quite heard you yell at your men like that.
Yeah, well, sometimes there's no way around it.
Does this have to do with Derek and his friends?
Yeah, the 4 Musketeers or whatever the hell they're calling themselves.
Do you really think they're behind the attempt on Mason's life?
What? What about Mason?
Well, look who's back. Hi.
I didn't mean to be eavesdropping, but what happened?
Well, when did you get back?
Just a little while ago. Will someone tell me what's going on?
While you were in Los Angeles, someone tried to kill your brother. Doesn't take a genius to figure out the likely suspects. I'm just trying to come up with some proof.
Was Mason hurt?
No. Craig Hunt stepped in front of him and took the bullet that was meant for Mason.
Look, I've told you everything I know. That's exactly what happened.
Derek's home. He's not answering his phone.
Let's go over it one more time. Look, this isn't your courtroom, Ethan. Yeah, I realize that, but maybe if you go over it again, it'll spark your memory. I've already told you everything I remember.
Well, it's just a little bit too convenient for us, Craig.
And if something went wrong, we have a right to know. Yeah, something went wrong. Somebody tried to kill Mason Capwell. Exactly. And what we wanted from him was a confession. That's all.
Who tried to kill him, Craig?
Stephen and I were together when it happened. And since I can assume that you probably didn't shoot yourself in the arm, that leaves one person I know of with a motive.
Was it Derek?
Well, maybe we'll be able to ask him ourselves.
I was just wondering, Alfred, how Craig Hunt caught onto my plans for Mason Capwell. You wouldn't have any theories, would you?
Well, as a matter of fact, I would. From the moment you made the decision to eliminate Capwell yourself, I've been telling you that it was a mistake, that you were taking too many risks. Well, Craig Hunt is quite an astute man, and from what I hear, he's had quite a bit of experience in these matters.
I see. So you're saying it was Craig's experience that tipped him off and allowed him to undermine all my plans for Mason?
What else?
What else, indeed, Alfred?
Are you Derek Griffin?
I'm me, Derek Griffin.
I'd like you to come with me, sir.
Where might we be going, officer?
To the station to answer some questions about the attempted murder of Mason Capwell.
Thanks.
Well, you seemed as surprised as I was that Craig Hunt saved Mason's life.
I'm just concerned about Mason.
Yeah, well, you seem pretty relieved that Craig was all right.
Should I be disappointed that a man who got shot is going to be all right?
Look, I don't want us to get off on the wrong foot again.
Then let's change the subject.
Why? I mean, why is it that we can't talk to each other? We used to be able to speak to each other civilly.
What do you want to ask me?
Kelly, I don't want to put you on the spot here. I just think that things have changed a lot since I've been gone.
What did Mama say?
Well, yeah, I talked to Mama. I mean, you were pretty wild when I left, and...
And now what? What was Mama's evaluation?
Look, I don't want this conversation to put you on the defensive. Let's just drop it.
Imagine what you could do if you tried.
Why should it be so terrible that I should want you to be able to confide in me? You know, and to be honest with you, yeah, I do think about how I feel about you being involved with Craig Hunt.
That didn't take long. Okay, Eden, let's just go for it. Let's get it out on the table.
Well, Mama said that this relationship that you're having with Craig Hunt is not a casual one.
Oh, she did. Do you have an objection to that?
Yes, I do. I have concerns. After what that man put our family through when he was working with Anthony Tennell.
People change, Eden. You have changed. I have changed.
You and I aren't criminals.
And you and I had everything handed to us on a silver platter. A lot of people aren't that lucky.
Oh.
They have to go out and fight for whatever they have.
Oh, is that Craig's excuse?
No, he doesn't make excuses. He doesn't need to, and neither do I.
Kelly, Mama told me about this dinner party that you gave where Ethan practically accused Daddy or Mason of murdering Cassandra.
Yes, and then they got it in their heads that it had to be Mason.
And you didn't know that Craig knew Cassandra?
Not at first, no. I knew that he and Derek went to the same orphanage, but that's it. I thought that he changed. I thought that we were... But he was just using me to get to the family, and it made things very confusing.
Do you care about him?
I don't know.
Is that why you went to Los Angeles? Because you're not sure how you feel about him?
I thought if I could get away, I could think, I could figure things out. But here, now I'm here, and I learned that he saved Mason's life.
And because he saved Mason's life, it makes it more confusing.
Yes.
Kelly, I know you were hurting when Craig came along. That you've been burned pretty badly.
At least the family was thrilled that a certain other man was out of my life.
Think about it, Kelly. Maybe that's why you got involved with Craig, is because you knew the family would be less than thrilled if you got involved with him.
I don't want to be analyzed, Eden, by you or anyone else. I would think that you, of all people, would know that I am not the kind of person that pays a lot of attention to the consequences of her actions.
Well, then maybe you and I are more alike than we're willing to admit.
Okay, you think about it. Think about when you met Cruz, when you first met him. If you had thought about all the things that would have gone wrong, what Daddy and the family would have thought of your relationship, what would you have done?
I knew you'd say that, and I would have plowed right ahead. That's what I would have done.
So maybe we are alike in some ways. But you, my dear, are lucky. You have the last honest man. You always know where you stand with Cruz.
Well, I appreciate your coming down, Ethan.
The officer made it obvious that I really didn't have a choice in the matter. May I ask exactly why you summoned us here?
Oh, I thought the officer would have made that obvious as well. You see, I want to ask you some questions about an attempt that was made on the life of Mason Capwell.
I don't know anything about that. But, you know, you have got a lot of nerve summoning the district attorney in for questioning.
And why is that? Because the district attorney considers himself above the law,
No,
perhaps?
because I know the kinds of games the cops play, and I don't appreciate you playing this game on taxpayers' time. Now, if you want to be doing something, you should be out trying to find Laura. After all, she did commit one murder. And if anyone had a motive to kill Mason, it was her. After all, he did expose her.
You want to talk about motive? That's fine with me. It's not a secret that you and your friends have been trying to connect Mason to the murder of this girl that you knew when you were kids. It's an event you obviously feel strongly enough to have held on to for years now. That begins to spell motive to me.
We have concrete reasons to believe that Mason was involved in the murder of Cassandra.
Uh-huh. Is that why Mason just found himself at gunpoint in that tunnel with some lunatic telling him he'd been found guilty of her murder?
Are you accusing me of being in the tunnel and holding a gun on Mason?
Ethan, I'm not accusing you of anything. I just brought you down here to ask you some routine questions. If you have nothing to hide, I don't think it should be a problem.
You can wait right here, Mr. Griffin.
Thank you, officer. Most kind.
What the hell is this all about?
Well, I was just told about the attempt on Mason Couple's life.
And this is the first time you've heard anything about it, huh?
Yes, of course. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Castillo's heard about our accusation and is trying to make a connection with this murder attempt.
I think we need to have a meeting as soon as we're finished here.
Now, I'm very busy. Is this going to take long?
Make time, all right? I don't think you want the rest of us thinking that you're trying to hide anything, do you?
Of course not.
Good. I've got a lot of questions for you, Derek.
Ethan?
You're next. So you have no idea where you were that night?
I didn't say that, old chap.
Well, you haven't said much about anything, have you?
Well, perhaps it's because you've given me a little that's worthy of commenting upon.
I would have thought an attempted murder would be worthy of your comments. And as far as me not giving you anything, it's really not a problem because in this situation, you're the one who's supposed to give, my friend.
You know, if I understood you correctly, I'm not being formally charged with anything.
Not yet. Not yet, at any rate. But I would like to know where you were the night the attempt was made on Mason's life.
I'm very sorry. I'm just going to have to say that I'm quite amazed how inept you are at this.
Mister, you are pushing your luck with me. Really, don't do it.
Pushing my luck?
Uh-huh.
I mean, okay, do I need to remind you that I don't have an attorney present? So, just between you and me, what if I confess that I butchered half the people in Santa Barbara right now that wouldn't even stand up in a court of law? Now, you may have time to waste, but I most certainly don't.
I didn't... Look at me. I didn't say you could leave.
Look, Castillo, I want you to hear me. I don't take orders from you.
I want an answer. Where were you the night the attempt was made on Mason's life?
You want an answer?
Uh-huh.
You want an answer?
Uh-huh.
How about a question first? Now, do you honestly think we're so stupid as to try and kill Mason, knowing that the dirty finger of the law would be pointed at us because of the accusations we made against him?
Well, I don't know how stupid you are. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Up with your wife. Nosing into my past, I will not put up with any more of these stupid questions.
Listen to me. I think one of you is responsible for the attempt on his life. I'm going to find out which one. If it turns out to have been you, my friend, you're going to pay. You understand?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, Cruz. I understand. Now, I want you to understand me. You take your hands off me right now. Take them off. Or I'll hit you with a harassment charge so fast, I'll see to take that badge and shove it down your throat. Do you understand me, old chap? Right now. Come on.
Absolutely, Derek.
Thank you.
What happened?
Oh, just the ordinary questions. He's trying to link the four of us to the attack on Mason, and of course he won't be able to get away with that.
I have some routine questions for you, Derek.
I'm sorry, I really am busy now. I do have to go.
Listen to me.
But
I'm going to find out the answers any way I can. You got it?
Ooh, you are persistent, aren't you, Stephen? Even a little melodramatic.
I heard what happened.
Which version?
About what she did for Mason. I wanted to...
Kelly, you don't mind if we talk to Craig for just a minute, do you?
Craig, we'd like to have lunch with you. Look, I'd really...
Oh, come on now. You're not going to begrudge us the chance to thank you for what you did, huh? Kelly, you understand, don't you?
Yeah, certainly.
I gotta go. I'm sorry.
This was on the table on the other side of the bed.
So, you didn't have to come all the way down here just to bring me this, you know?
I wasn't sure
About what?
whether you left it there on purpose or you just forgot it.
You know, believe it or not, I can get through the day without this. Amazing as it may seem.
No, I just...
You just what, baby? You actually didn't come down here to give me this? What then?
I came down to make sure you were all right. Are you?
I don't know.
I wish you'd tell me what's wrong.
I wish I knew.
Me too.
I just grabbed Derek. I had him. I was ready to throw him up against the wall and punch his lights out, you know?
What did he do?
He was rude. You know, and I feel this anger in me now for some reason. It's like building up and I can barely manage it. I mean, I'm afraid I may do something bad.
You have a right to be angry. You've had a lot of stress in your life. There's a reason for why you're short-tempered.
Darling, I'm talking about something that goes a little deeper than that.
No, sweetheart, look what's happened in the past year. What with Kirk coming after you, the 2 men who tried to kill you in France.
You don't really think that's it, otherwise you wouldn't have come down here.
Well, I mean, like I said, what do you think about this stone? I mean, you bring this stone to Paris, all of a sudden you become much more volatile.
You realize I didn't want to upset you. That's the last thing I wanted.
You didn't upset me. I want to help you somehow.
I know.
I do.
Well, I don't know what you can do, you know. I don't know what it is, except maybe it does have something to do with that stone.
You said you didn't believe that.
Well, I don't. I laughed it off from the beginning, but the man who gave it to me obviously took it very seriously. He chose me for some reason to take that responsibility. It's something sacred to him. I didn't ask for it. I don't want it. But I seem to be stuck with it. And I guess I feel like I owe him something.
What do you owe him? You explained to him that you weren't interested.
Well, I tried, but in his eyes, in the eyes of the tribe, you know, the Sakit, the people I supposedly represent now, you can't turn down becoming the shaman. It's not an optional position. It's just a fact of life. I've got these people looking to me now for some kind of guidance and authority, and I can't be there for them. Obviously, I can't.
Maybe you need to talk to somebody.
Baby, they're not going to listen to me. Once he made the choice, once I was the man, I'm the man.
No, I mean, maybe you need to talk to a professional.
What?
Well, there are a lot of people, you know, a lot of friends who've had some stress in their life. They work on the force, and you could simply just sit down and talk.
Are you serious?
Yes. With the stress that you've been going through?
I thought we just
and
agreed this is not
Talisman?
about stress, though, right?
Cruz, there are psychiatrists that you can talk to. Just take a minute.
And you don't think that I
give
can
it a
handle it?
chance,
Is that it? You don't
I'm
think I
not
can handle it?
saying that you can't handle it.
Well, I do think I can handle it, and I don't need a psychiatrist. I need to be able to talk to you about it. I thought I could, really, without you misunderstanding.
Cruz.
I guess I was wrong. Jeez.
Come on, Craig. About time you told us the truth, don't you think?
You can lean on me all you want, Stephen. I can't tell you what I don't know. We know that Derek was planning to kill Mason. Were you in on it?
Diddley, man.
You tried to engineer a murder behind our back, didn't you? And what happened? Something go wrong and that's how you got shot?
It's real good. That's fiction. You ought to make a movie about it.
Craig, you're not going to leave here until we found out the truth.
Whose idea was it to kill Mason?
Why did you betray us, Craig?
Craig didn't betray you. And then there was one. I'm the one who tried to kill Mason Capel.
Why?
Because in my mind, getting a confession out of him and telling him over to the police would be of no use. With a capital name behind him, he'd never be prosecuted.
You don't know that.
You're the district attorney. Be realistic. Craig never knew anything about this. In fact, he tried to stop it.
You shot Craig?
I did what I had to do.
What? Kill him?
If I wanted him dead, Stephen, he would be.
I don't understand.
Oh, yes, no, you do. In fact, all of you do. You just won't admit it. Not even to yourselves. Ever since Cassie died, I live night after night with her screaming inside my head. Screaming. Now, I just couldn't let a capital walk away with it. If we couldn't have justice, I wanted to make sure he would be punished.
The four of us agreed what the punishment was going to be.
That's a slap on the wrist for a man who deserved to die for what he did. He killed a little girl. That girl was Cassie. She was our friend. I mean, surely you must be able to comprehend.
Why didn't you talk to us?
Hey, talk.
Yes, talk.
Talk to you three brothers. You made it crystal clear where you stood. Now, I've only come here and told you this because I don't want anything happening to Craig. You understand?
Well, that's real damn sweet of you. You don't want anything happening to Craig? Well, you shot him! Stop it! And that's all it meant to you? Stop! Is that what the Brotherhood meant?
You just talk. You know, all talk. All of you just talk. In the end, you were too weak to do what was necessary. There are three of you left it to me to see that justice might be carried out.
Well, in the process, you put every one of us on the line. You said, stop it, just...
We can't afford to fall apart. We can't allow this to happen. We are going to need to protect one another. We are still, I'm telling you, we are still a family.
We're not a family.
Stephen, we are still together.
The hell we are.
He came here to admit he made a mistake. He didn't have to do that.
Derek knows we're not idiots. He figured out that we knew he made an attempt on Mason's life.
Yeah, well, that really doesn't matter. He came here to talk to us as brothers.
Brothers?
Yes.
Brothers. Was that your motivation to shoot him, brothers? Or did you just mistake him for Mason? Well, no, that couldn't have been it, because if you mistook him for Mason, he'd be dead by now. Right, Derek?
Stephen.
Oh, let me get this straight. Now you're protecting him. What the hell is going on around here? But you see what he's trying to do? He's trying to use our infantile sense of loyalty to keep himself from going to prison for an attempted murder. And you're not much better, buddy. Why didn't you come to us when you knew what he was doing?
Would you...
Don't you understand? Don't you understand he had no right to go to Derek? Alone.
Listen, what I'm trying to do is protect what's left of us by keeping the two of you out of this. Can't you see that?
No, all I see is that everything has just gone down the tubes thanks to you two.
Well, you know what's happened? It's over. Mason Capwell is out of town. Derek can't hurt him. We can't kidnap him. It's over. We lost.
Yeah. We lost. We lost, and there's no way that Mason is going to be held accountable for what he's done, is there?
Maybe if we wait until things cool down. Ethan, would you let it go? I mean, we got Pressman off, right? We should have stopped there. I mean, my God, what are we? Just little kids still out for revenge? Maybe Craig's right. Because Derek certainly is going to suffer more than any of us. He's got to be aware that he's going to be responsible for the fact that Mason never pays for what he did. I mean, isn't that enough? I mean, he doesn't have to lose the family. We can't turn on him, no.
Hey, Hunt, I don't need you to fight my battles for me, lad. You know, if you hadn't interrupted, Mason will be dead right now. Nobody will be able to pin anything on the four of us.
That was a great plan, Big D. Can't wait to hear the next one. You better go.
Hey, that's fine with me. Excuse me.
Derek. I'm not going to open my mouth about this. But if you try it again, I promise you I'll talk and you'll go to prison. You got it?
Then we all know exactly where we stand. Don't we, chaps?
Look, I'm really sorry.
So am I.
I shouldn't have.
No, I shouldn't have, not understood.
No, you understood, and you didn't say anything that I hadn't already been thinking. I think that's why I got so bent out of shape. I realized that what you were saying was what I'd been denying.
Well, I only said what I said because I was worried about you.
Which is the last thing I want you to be, so... I made an appointment to see the psychiatrist.
Really?
Yeah. I'm gonna bare my soul starting tomorrow.
Look, if you're doing this for me...
No, I'm doing it for both of us. There's a lot going on in our lives right now. Most of it is really wonderful. I don't want to jeopardize it.
You couldn't if you tried.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'm sure not going to let a little stress or some crazy Indian legend come between us.
How did things go downtown?
It was you, wasn't it, Alfred? You alerted Craig to all my plans, you know? Well, doesn't matter now. I'm as guilty as you. I've just betrayed the only family I've ever known.
Oh, Derek, if only you'd listened to me.
So, leave me now, Alfred. Thank you.